The T-virus has escaped Umbrella's labs. The streets are overrun with zombies. The government has given everyone in the city of Raven Creek 24 hours to evacuate before they blow it to Kingdom Come. This is Austin, a young rookie cop with a strong sense of justice. Will he make it out in time, or will his need to save everyone be his downfall? This is his story. He begins on the rooftop of the police station as the only surviving member of his squad. As he cautiously makes his way to the edge of the roof, he thinks to himself, what would be the quickest way out of the city? If he could just make it out in time, the worst night of his life would be over. He takes a quick survey of his surroundings before jumping down into the dark streets. There they were. Don't panic. They were slow, predictable. Stay calm and maneuver around them. He had plenty of ammo, but if he fired a shot, the whole city would hear it, drawing unwanted attention. What was that thing? It was different from the others. He felt a strong sense of dread. This monster was not something he wanted to take on if he could avoid it. Shit. He tried to lose them around the corner of a building to no avail. Another one of those things was after him. This one was faster, smarter. Austin was at his breaking point. He'd had enough of this nightmare. In the heat of the moment, he fired one shot, then two, and before he knew it, began unloading on the undead in front of him. The streets were littered with them. Was the entire city infected? Were there no survivors left? Did no one make it out? Austin noticed someone in the distance. He had to help. This time would be different. This time he could save them. He had to save them. Stay back, the survivor said. I've been bit. Austin, alarmed, still chased after him, thinking he could be saved, thinking there was still hope. Gerald. He watched his body hit the floor, then rise up as one of the undead. He puts him out of his misery. Overwhelmed with emotions from what he just saw, Austin runs as fast as he can manage to get away. This night couldn't get any worse, he thought to himself. Enraged, Austin begins firing on the horrid monster in front of him, clenching his teeth with every shot. The beast doesn't react. He manages to lose them by jumping over a fence, giving him some much-needed breathing room and a few moments to regain his composure. He reloads his gun before continuing towards the exit. As the night goes on, Austin becomes used to maneuvering around the undead, perfectly judging the distance needed to safely get around them, avoiding any and all contact. Austin chased after her into the building. Where was she going? Why didn't she stop? She vanished. He checked upstairs, room by room, heard screaming from outside. Chose to focus on the girl in the building. Where did she go? Went upstairs. Dead end. Austin takes a minute to loot as he ponders where the woman disappeared to. A sledgehammer. This would be useful to get through the inevitable barriers near the exit. Austin eats a quick snack before heading back down. Austin checks his map. He is within a couple blocks of the exit. To think in just a little bit he would be free from this nightmare. That was enough to give him a new resolve to keep pushing forward. Austin triggered the alarm. Now every zombie in the area would be drawn to his location. He had to move quick. You come on, we can get out of here together. He found his way back to the survivor and convinced him to group up. Got separated by a horde. Aiden, run! There were too many of them. Oh my god. Aiden! He felt hopeless. Fuck! Everything was happening too fast for Austin to process. He didn't have time to think. He had to run. The exit was finally within reach. That's what he had to focus on.
What the hell are
He
you
noticed
guys
two
doing?
civilians out the corner of his eye. They were trembling in fear, unable to move. He tried to lead them towards the exit. That's when they appeared. He tried to get their attention, to guide them in the right direction, but it didn't work. And that's when his gun broke. What could he do now? Austin heard their screams as he ran away.
It's a goddamn bloodbath out here.
Austin breathed a sigh of relief. This was it. He made it. The worst night of his life is over. But something stopped him from moving. He had this nagging feeling. He checks his watch. There was still 5 hours left to escape. What if there were other survivors? How could he leave them behind? It was his duty as a cop to save them. That's why he joined the force after all. He turns back. There was another survivor at the exit gate. Austin convinced him to group up. Together they stood a chance. The undead were easier to deal with as a team. They were everywhere. It was hard to stay calm. There was another survivor. Austin tried to get him to join his group, but he wasn't interested. Austin tries to pick them off one by one, and that's when... Luckily, it was just a scratch.
Eric. Yep. Come on, man. What? Oh, shit. Damn animal. Break.
He yells out for the survivor but doesn't get a response. In the distance, he can hear an alarm. He rushes over, hoping he's not too late.
Come on, man, come this way. Shit. Come this way. You can make it. Dude. Oh. Shit. The dude's injured.
Finding himself with a broken gun and an injured leg, Austin's survival instinct kicked in. He decided to cut his losses and make his way back to the exit. Every step he took was painful. He was exhausted, pushed to his limits, but he kept moving forward one step at a time. Austin was running on fumes. Just dealing with one at a time was a challenge. He takes a pair of their socks to use as makeshift bandages for his wounds. Although not the cleanest option, this would at least stop the bleeding. If only one of these cars worked, he thinks to himself. Unable to save anyone, he made his walk of shame through the tunnel of Raven Creek. Feeling defeated, his only saving grace being that he made it out with his life. He remembers those he couldn't save. They would not be forgotten. He questioned his abilities. What was all that training for if in the end he couldn't save a single person? In just 2 hours, the government would be bombing the city, killing any remaining survivors as well as the undead. It was hard for Austin to think about. Raven Creek was the only home he had ever known. Where would he go from here? What was there to look forward to outside the city's borders? The unknown scared him. There were undead inside the tunnel as well. Austin tried to maneuver around them, wanting to avoid a fight if possible. He was still in excruciating pain. He could barely manage to raise the sledgehammer above his head. He continued to push forward, one step at a time, busting down barriers, killing anything that tried to stop him. Unfortunately, what awaited him beyond the city's borders was something he would not expect.